Welcome to the first edition of ESB Outspoken in 2020 with Angela and Richard Schelp.
Hi, you guys.
We're excited to be here today to talk about some of the trends that we're expecting to see this year.
We are very excited about the trends, and the first trend that we really want to talk about is the trending topics.
Yes.
That is going to be a big deal here in 2020, and what's going to be unique about the topics in 2020 is obviously a lot of political speakers are going to be asked for.
Definitely.
This presidential election probably is going to get more attention than most have in recent years, and as such, political requests are going to happen a lot, as will a lot of economists and economy type requests. We'll see that too. Because of the Middle East and the Middle East issue that we currently have, I also see that there will be a lot of requests for cybersecurity and for global experts.
Yes.
Now, in the past, though, and in recent years, the future of work, employee engagement, that whole workforce environment type thing was one of the big requested topic areas.
Right.
And we will expect that to continue to be as such in this year. It tends to be such a huge focus because the success of companies comes down to how that workforce works together, and that's very important.
And how they're going to fight for the talent to fill those positions.
Absolutely. And then really the last thing that I would talk about in trending topics is the fact that we're seeing so much more, and we'll see this in 2020, the double topics. That means people will ask for a leadership speaker who can talk about managing change, or talk about a person who talks about the future of workforce, but technology in that environment. So those double requested topics will happen as well. But that's what we're going to see as far as topics are concerned in 2020.
I agree. And I'll also continue to talk about how it's not just a keynote anymore of bringing in the speaker, it's an overall experience.
Yes.
And the clients are really wanting the attendees to get to know the speaker even before they show up. So they're asking for the teaser videos or great taglines, some catchy titles that they're going to speak about, or just short descriptions so that they can post those, put them on their website, and get people excited about the person that's coming to speak.
Absolutely.
So just know that that's going to be coming, people are going to be asking more and more for that. And then also after the keynote, they're wanting that deep dive. So they're going to want to take the information that they've learned in the keynote, pull the executives together or that key team together afterwards, and really go into a deep dive about it so that they can understand how they're going to use that information in their company. And it goes back to, we're doing a lot of the statistics and to see how their return on investment is after the meeting. And since the keynote speaker is a big part of that, they want to see if it was worth the money.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you see all those different requested sessions people are now doing, asking for not just a keynote, but a keynote and a breakout, or a keynote and a reactor panel.
Right.
All those kind of things are now being a part of that request. So it's going to be real interesting there.
Right.
Well, also, in addition to the specific speaking things, the overall industry has got some trends that are going to happen in 2020.
Definitely.
As we're excited about, again this year, bureaus are continuing to have a larger percentage of the speakers that people are booking for meetings. That's great for us. It's happening year after year after year. We're getting a larger piece of the pie, and that will continue to happen in 2020.
And why do you think that is?
I think it's because people are wanting those bureaus to manage their events, and they want the expertise that the bureaus are bringing to them, and they know that their meeting is going to be top-notch and high quality if they have a bureau involved. And I believe that's the main thing that's coming behind it. But what's interesting is the bureaus themselves are going to look a little different. We've had more acquisitions and mergers amongst the speakers bureaus and agencies than we ever have. In the last 2 years, more than the previous 20.
Oh, definitely.
And that is going to make the bureaus look different. So now we're going to see more of the big bureaus and probably fewer of the very small bureaus, but still better and better service for the people out there and for those individual clients. What else is going on in the industry?
Well, because the industry is doing so well, we're continuing to see fees increase.
Absolutely.
I'm seeing it every day. We're getting emails from speakers that their fees are going up again. Not that the clients' budgets are keeping going up, but the fees are going up, and especially for those people that are booked constantly and are really busy on the circuit, fees are going up. Even the new speakers coming into the market are starting around 7,500 to 10 minimum now. So that now that 7,500 and below slot is very difficult to fill. So for clients out there that are trying to find somebody in that price range, it's getting harder and harder to do. So I think that's been, just kind of matching that up with the client's budget. Sometimes we gotta get creative. And also the other trend that I'm really seeing is the diverse lineup. I mean, I'd say probably 75% of my clients are saying we have to have a diverse lineup in our speakers that's gonna match our audience. So we're seeing a lot of that. Luckily, we've got more and more women that are hitting the circuit, but we can always use more in that diversity area.
Oh yeah, and I would say even with the influx in the number of women increased in the speakers in the market, there's still many, many more that we could have.
Right. Yes.
But the growth has been great in that area, and that's been very helpful. Well, I will tell you, these are just some of the things that you guys are going to see in 2020.
It's going to be exciting.
It's going to be a huge year. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be crazy, but we're going to be right there with you, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and you be outspoken.